looking at the camera and I'm just loving my skin. Hey dolls, and welcome back to my channel. So on this channel, I usually test out skincare and makeup products so you can see how they perform and hopefully help you decide on which product is for you. If you want to see more new foundation reviews, just don't forget to subscribe and comment down below saying I subscribed, and if you have any specific foundation requests, write that down as well and I'll make sure to reply to all of you. On this video, we're going to do a first impression, a try on, a photo test, and a wearability test of this new foundation from Makeup by Mario. This is Makeup by Mario's Surreal Skin Liquid Foundation. So this just launched last December 26th, Boxing Day. But when I went to my local Sephora, I only have one bottle left for this shade. This shade is 3W and it's getting sold out so quickly. So I'm very excited to see what the hype is about. So this costs 55 Canadian dollars for 30 ml, which is the usual cost of high-end foundations nowadays. This foundation claims to reveal skin's natural luminosity. It features a moisture grip technology and hydrates skin and glides on easily for customizable coverage. You can layer it on or sheer it out. The buildable formula works harmoniously with powders or creams while staying true to its original color. So I have oily combination skin. I'm usually oily on my T-zone. I also have big pores on the side of my cheeks, hyperpigmentation on the top of my cheeks. I also have broken capillaries over here and also on this side that I'm hoping to cover up, because I was looking at Makeup by Mario's Instagram. He said that this can easily even out your skin tone and it can really hide your dark spots, your redness, and your broken capillaries. So I'm excited to see if that is really true. So I got the shade 3W, which is described as light with warm undertone. When it comes to assigning shade, I think that MAC Cosmetics and Makeup by Mario, they have the same logic on assigning their shades. For example, for MAC Cosmetics, my concealer is NC25, and obviously I have yellow undertone, but their logic is yellow is cooler than red, so they assign yellow tones to cool. So if you want to test out this foundation in your Sephora store and you have yellow undertone, don't be scared to try on the cool tones, all the shades that are ending in C, because maybe that would fit you better than the W. I had no choice because really there's not a lot of options for shades when I went to my local Sephora, and even when I was buying online, they had to cancel my order because the one that I want is not available in store anymore. So I'm stuck with 3W. But Makeup by Mario also mentioned on his Instagram that this is a flexible foundation, that don't be surprised if 2 or more shades can actually fit your undertone. So fingers crossed that this shade would work on my skin tone. So now let's go with the try on. I am going to prep my face with the Embryolist Multifunction Nourishing Moisturizer. So on Makeup by Mario's Instagram, he used a moisturizer instead of a primer, so I'm gonna do the same. This moisturizer is actually a moisturizer slash primer, so it can also work as a primer. Looking at the bottle, I don't know if you can see it, but it has like little specks of glitters in it. When it comes to consistency, it's not runny, it's not also very heavy, it's just in between. Actually, it can really keep its shape without like dripping. Start with my left side. Oh wow, the coverage is really there. That's just a small amount and I can easily see like a medium coverage on the half of my face. And look at that. This is like the natural glow on my face, and this is the glow with this foundation. When it comes to shade, it's not too bad, although I think it's a little fair than my skin tone. Here, looking up close, I don't see the specks of glitters, but you can really see the luminosity in my skin. And I still have a lot of that foundation, so I'm going to add more on my hyperpigmentation, like my broken capillary over there. Let's see how buildable this foundation is. Although I can still see my dark spot over here, which is really hard to cover because you really have to color correct that. I'm just amazed on how it really covered out my broken capillary, but it still looks like skin. It kind of like just erased it. I feel like I also don't need a concealer anymore because it hid the darkness under my eyes. The thing with this foundation is even though it can give you full coverage, it still looks like skin. Can you see how luminous this part of my cheek is? Even though it's full coverage now, I don't feel a thing. It's very, very comfortable on. It's very light on the face. And if you know me, I love foundation that looks like skin. This is giving me it with a hint of glow. So far, I'm really loving this foundation. Looking at the camera, oh my god, I just can't believe it. Because on this side, it really still looks like skin. So I look like this is my natural face. I just really have clear skin. I don't have redness on. But this, bam, is the reality. Let's go to the other side and hide this imperfections on this side. And usually I like putting foundation with my airbrush sponge. But with this foundation, I actually really like applying it with a brush. And I'm going to add more to hide my broken capillaries. This is like a foundation eraser. It just erases all your imperfections. So I'm just going to let this set for about 5 to 10 minutes before I put on my cream bronzer and my other powder makeup on top of this base. So I'll be back. Okay, so it's been around 5 minutes. It's still a little damp. So I went downstairs and I looked at it on natural light and I just love how luminous my skin looks like. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. Tan Lines bronzer. I feel like this foundation is just like a foolproof foundation. Blends on top of it really well. I guess also because Makeup by Mario is a makeup artist, he also thought of foundations that would easily be part of your makeup kit, like something that you could use on all skin tones, something that you could easily work on with your other products, like your other cream products, other powder products. Like I think this is a very kit friendly foundation. So I'm going to use my liquid blush from Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Hope. Yeah. And this is thinner. Let's see if it still blends well on top of this. On the side. The cream products just melted on top of this foundation. It's crazy. Because I have combination skin with luminous foundation, I really need to set it with powder. But I'm going to use my Estee Lauder Translucent Soft Glow so it would still have a glow and not mattify my foundation. And I'm gonna leave like the center of my face without powder so we can still see if it would maintain that glow. God, I'm looking at the camera and I'm just loving my skin. Gosh, I can't film because I just want to admire my skin. Like, look at that glow. Stop, Cherise, just finish your makeup. Now I'm going to put my powder product. Sorry if my voice kind of husky, I'm still recovering from a cold. The cream product just blends so smoothly as well. Now let's see how it looks like on flash and non-flash photography. So this is the 4th hour. I'm actually really loving it more now on the 4th hour. And it really reflects so well on camera. It looks so good on video and I just use my phone. I'm a little oily, but I still look very, very good. Hi, so I'm back and it's the 8th hour. As you can see, I'm a little bit oily on the top of my eyebrows, on each side, also on my forehead, a little bit on my cheeks, but I think that's still part of the glow from the foundation. Even though I'm looking a little oily on the 8th hour, it still looks polished. Maybe because even though I'm oily, like the foundation is still intact, it didn't break, it didn't clump. Like it didn't go cakey. When it comes to coverage, it's not that full coverage anymore. I'm gonna say it's light to medium coverage. I can now see the veins on my face on each side. I also don't see a lot of the foundation on the side and on my chin. Everywhere where I know I touch or wipe my face, there's less foundation on it, which is obviously what happens when you're wearing foundation and you wipe it off. But overall, it doesn't look messy. I still look polished. My bronzer, my blush is still on. So I'm still loving the look on the 8 hour. So I'm giving this foundation a 5 out of 5 stars. It's very, very true to its claims. First, it really hydrated my face and it's very light on the face. Like, I'm surprised when I look at the mirror and I realize that I have makeup on because it's just very, very light and very comfortable on. When it comes to coverage, it could definitely be used for every day. You can just use your fingers to just sheer this foundation out. Or you could build it up for a fuller coverage when you're going out and you want to do a glam look. It also did not oxidize on my face. And I believe Mario when he said that this foundation is flexible, because initially when I put the foundation on, I realized that it is 1 or 2 tone lighter than my actual skin tone, that there's really a big disconnect between my neck and my face. But when I used my bronzer on the perimeter of my face, it really worked out well, and it doesn't look like I have like very fair foundation on the parts where I didn't put a bronzer. I don't know what Mario did with this foundation, but it really worked out well on my complexion, even though it's not my perfect shade match. And when it comes to wearability, although I got a little oily on the 4th and the 8th hour, it still looks very polished. The side of my cheeks looks more luminous than oily. And I also think that it kind of helped in controlling my oil, because when it really dried down, I felt like it gave me that powdery feeling. And true enough, when I looked on the Sephora's website, one of the highlighted ingredients of this foundation is its perfecting powders. Overall, I think that this foundation is very foolproof, and if you are a makeup artist, this is a very good addition to your kit, because it really worked well with a lot of the other makeup that I use. I use both high-end and drugstore makeup on top of this base, and it just really worked out. My drugstore cream bronzer really blended well on top of this. My powders, my blush, they also all really blend on top of this. So I think that this is a very versatile foundation. And if you're a newbie in makeup, since this is very foolproof, I think that you would also really enjoy this foundation, because it's just so easy to apply and it's so low maintenance. I think that you would love this foundation as well. If I could think of a con with this foundation, which is really hard because right now I'm really loving this foundation, I think it's the fact that it didn't blur out my big pores, but it didn't claim that, so I can't really pinpoint that as a con. Also, with luminous foundation, it's really hard to find one that blurs out your pores. But I know that if I use some blurring products with this foundation, it would work. So that's it, guys. I hope you find this video helpful, and if you did, please don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much, lots again, for watching, and if you have any new foundation requests, just comment down below. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you on my next one.